What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, I thought I would have a little fun and call out some studios for really dropping the ball in 2023. All of these titles, these movies that I'm getting ready to discuss should have 4Ks. They should have been released in 2023, but they were not. 2023 has passed us by. The release schedule is pretty much set. I don't see any of these coming out before the end of the year, and they really should have. So we're going to call out some studios today. We're going to call out one boutique label in particular. It could be rights issues. It could be a variety of things, the director, but I like to call out the studio specifically because they're the ones in charge. They're at the highest level, right? They should, if they want something done, they can get it done. That's the way I think of it. So all of these should have had 4K releases in 2023. No excuses. You guys dropped the ball. So we're going to talk about that today. The biggest 4K missed opportunities in 2023. And one studio, as I was picking stuff out, is like really to blame. And it was their 100th anniversary, so they have no excuse. And that could be two different studios, so wait and see. But before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We talk about physical media here on this channel. In case you haven't figured it out yet, Blu-rays, 4Ks, owning the movies that you love, all that stuff there behind me. So if you like that kind of thing, hit the subscribe button. And then let me know in the comment section below. I'm only going to discuss 10 titles today that I feel like should have gotten 4Ks in 2023. There were probably 200 to 300 that it is absolutely ridiculous that they didn't come out on 4K in 2023. So let me know what some of your missed opportunities were in 2023 as far as new 4K upgrades in the comment section. But let's go ahead and kick things off with my favorite Joel Schumacher movie, a movie that was celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2023, came out in 1993, and that is Falling Down, starring Michael Douglas. This, to me, is the best Joel Schumacher movie. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Ken, the guy that directed Lost Boys, Flatliners, Batman and Robin, that's your favorite Joel Schumacher movie? It absolutely is. I think it's the most realistic, grounded Joel Schumacher movie. I think he did a fantastic job directing. And I think that Michael Douglas maybe gave one of his best performances, if not his best performance in Falling Down. And it's absolutely ridiculous that we do not have that movie on 4K. That's an insanely popular movie, and again, celebrated its 30th anniversary, and I see it all the time. I think it's on sale right now for $8.99 on Amazon, which leads me to believe that maybe a 4K is coming at some point, because when the Blu-ray drops, usually the 4K's around the corner, because they want to sell off that Blu-ray and get you to buy it before they announce the 4K. But I don't know, guys. We're heading into 2024. Will Warner Brothers announce Falling Down for 4K? I don't know, but I want them to. I think it's a real missed opportunity. Your 100th anniversary, Warner Brothers, and you could not celebrate by releasing one of the best movies of the 90s, Falling Down, starring Michael Douglas. I think the movie would have looked fantastic on 4K, and I think we need it. So that's my first one. Again, no particular order. This isn't a top 10, anything like that. Let's get into my second missed opportunity for 2023, and that is the Addams Family Values. And this is Paramount right here. This is the 30th anniversary this year of the Addams Family Values, and they did the first Addams Family movie back in 2021 for the 30th anniversary. Why did they not do Values? That does not make any sense to me, because those movies, like I consider both of those movies to be extremely popular 90s family films. Why didn't this really puzzles me, because Paramount is really good about putting stuff out on 4K and releasing stuff. They're getting ready to finish up the Beverly Hills Cop trilogy with the third one they just announced, but why didn't they do the second Addams Family film on 4K? That does not make any sense to me at all. So I think that's absolutely ridiculous. Paramount, you should be ashamed of yourself. 30th anniversary. I mean, given the popularity of Netflix's Wednesday show, like that should have been a given. Like, there had to be something wrong with that. Maybe there was. Maybe there's a director didn't want to do the remaster. Maybe there were some issues there. I don't know exactly, but like, to not do that on the 30th anniversary, an insanely popular, big 90s family film. I think that Addams Family Values is better than the first one. I love that one. It's just a real missed opportunity. So that one has to go on my list. And this one, to be honest, quite frankly, pisses me off the most. And that is, I got a Blu-ray copy right here, Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. Do you see the theme here? Warner Brothers. This is another 30th anniversary. This is my third 30th anniversary. We'll get to other anniversaries here in a second. And not all of these are celebrated anniversaries. Some of them I'm just like, why haven't you done this yet? But Demolition Man is one of the best sci-fi action films of the 90s. I love this movie. I grew up with this movie. It looks fine on Blu-ray. Fine on Blu-ray. It could look so much better. There's so much room to improve Demolition Man, and you gotta put this on 4K eventually. Like, what are you guys thinking? I think they did a 30th or like an anniversary box set in the UK, but why didn't they do this on 4K? I'll just never know. This is a big movie, again, in the 90s, and I feel like this would sell insanely well. They could do a steelbook, the whole thing, collector's edition. Like, this was a real missed opportunity. I thought this was a shoo-in. Like, I didn't even think this was going to be any problem at all for Warner Brothers to do Demolition Man for the 30th anniversary in 2023. At the beginning of the year, I was like, yeah, for sure, they'll do Demolition Man. Why wouldn't they do Demolition Man? Here we are at the end of 2023. No Demolition Man, and it makes no freaking sense to me at all. Demolition Man deserves to be on 4K. Look at the stars in this. Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, Wesley Snipes, so many great people in this movie. Jack Black is in this film. Release Demolition Man on 4K in 2024, and I'll forgive you. But if you don't, Warner Brothers, my goodness, I'm done. I'm done with you. But let's get into this next one. This is Scream Factory that we're going to talk about. All right, I guess you know that they still have the rights to this, but Sleepaway Camp. Why didn't we get this on 4K in 2023? Sleepaway Camp celebrated its 40th anniversary, and I just don't want the first Sleepaway Camp on 4K. Why not bring the second and the third back that are long out of print and are going for $300-$400? Bring those back into Scream Factory and do those on 4K as well, and do a nice trilogy box set. Or you can throw in the fourth one and the fifth one if you want. I know those came out way later, but you can make a nice box set. First 3 on 4K, then the next 2 on Blu-ray, and that just, I don't know, why wouldn't you do that? There has to be some kind of an issue with the second and the third one, maybe. I don't know exactly why those went out of print, but the first one you still own and you still reprint and you still put out, so why didn't you at least do the first Sleepaway Camp on 4K? That makes no sense why you all wouldn't do that. But again, we need all 3 of them together. Maybe that's what they're waiting on, to get the rights back to 2 and 3 so they can do all of them together in 4K. But this would have been a no-brainer for 2023. Again, 40th anniversary for the first Sleepaway Camp. We need it on 4K. The next one I'm going to talk about is a movie that I don't have in the collection, and to be honest, I've never seen, but this is a Best Picture nominated film from 1983 celebrating its 40th anniversary, and I've heard a lot of people talking about this movie and how it needs a 4K release, and that is The Right Stuff. And this is Warner Brothers right here that should have put this out for the 40th anniversary, but they did not. So why wouldn't Warner Brothers put out The Right Stuff 40th anniversary on 4K? Again, that makes no sense. It's a huge film. It would have sold insanely well because a lot of people in the physical media community were clamoring for it. But yeah, The Right Stuff, never seen the movie. I need to watch the movie. I do know that in 2023, The Right Stuff went down to like $5 or $6 on Blu-ray, and I didn't get it because I assumed, because Warner Brothers was doing all the classic stuff like Maltese Falcon and Cool Hand Luke, I just assumed that they would do The Right Stuff. That's why it went down so cheap. So I didn't get it, and here we are at the end of 2023, no Right Stuff on 4K. You know what, Warner Brothers? If you don't do The Right Stuff on 4K, that's the wrong stuff, okay? That's the wrong stuff to do. All right, how many have we done? We've done 5. We've done 5. We've got 5 more to go. I got physical copies of all these. Kill Bill celebrated its 20th anniversary in 2023. And I know there's a rights thing with this. Lionsgate has it now. Lionsgate does have it now, but it was kind of floating back and forth between Paramount and Lionsgate. Lionsgate secured the rights in 2023, and they gave us new Blu-ray editions of Part 1 and Part 2, but why did we not get the first one on 4K at least because it was its 20th anniversary. And again, Lionsgate may be waiting till next year because, you know, maybe they'll put them both together, the whole bloody affair, and they'll count that the fact that the second one was released, the movie series was finished in 2004, and they'll count that as its 20th anniversary, and they'll do it next year. But they really should have tried to get Kill Bill on 4K and the second one in 2023 because these are big movies directed by Quentin Tarantino. We got, you know, Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs in 2022. We should have got Kill Bill in 2023. And again, that could be Tarantino's fault. He didn't want to do the remastering. I don't know. I imagine that Tarantino wants to be pretty hands-on in these restorations, especially Kill Bill. I know that holds a special place in his heart, but we need Kill Bill on 4K. I don't care, you know, when we get it, really, but hopefully it's soon. We need it. I love this movie. It's firmly in my top 20 films of all time. Absolutely love Kill Bill. And again, I'll take the second one as well. Just please give me the option because I'm one of those weirdos that does consider Kill Bill Volume 1 its own movie and Volume 2 its own movie. I've never seen the whole bloody affair, but I like the fact that they're separate. I know they were meant to be one movie and Tarantino considers them one movie, but I like them separate. So I want separate 4K releases for Kill Bill Volume 1 and Kill Bill Volume 2. But let's get into the next one. Let's talk about Trick or Treat. What a missed opportunity for Scream Factory not to do Trick or Treat on 4K. This should have came out this year. I thought it was for certain going to come out this year. They could have done tons of stuff with this. Posters, pins, collectibles, steel books. I don't think the first Trick or Treat got a steel book back when it came out from Scream Factory years ago, but this is one that people want on 4K and they would have shelled out all the money for. And I know that maybe they're waiting on the second one to come out, but why wait on, you know, the second one to come out and anniversaries, to be honest, because this wasn't celebrating an anniversary or anything like that. You know, just put it out. People want it. It's at its height of popularity. We'll talk about another one of those here in a second. You know, you go to Spirit Halloweens and there's trick-or-treat stuff everywhere. Everybody loves this movie. This is a huge horror film and people would have wanted it on 4K. People are asking about it all the time. And it doesn't feel like it would have been that hard for them to do on 4K this year. And I've been holding out, not picking up the Scream Factory Blu-ray. I just had this regular Blu-ray I purchased a few years ago for like $7. I've been holding out because I've been waiting for them to do the 4K because I know that they will unless they lose the rights, and I don't think that they did. But Trick or Treat needs a 4K. It absolutely does. And this one was celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. This universe is still big. It's still printing money, coming out with new movies. We just got The Nun 2. But why isn't The Conjuring on 4K? This is another Warner Brothers release. Do you see the theme here? I'm not calling out Disney in this video. Surprise, surprise. Even though I probably could do an entire video talking about Disney 4K missed opportunities in 2023. But they just feel like a lost cause at this point. Like they're not even going to do anything anyway. So who cares? Why even worry about complaining about them? But it's, you know, screw Disney. I don't like, well, never mind. We do have a Disney title. I just noticing I do have it. I am going to complain about Disney here in a second. The Conjuring, though, I love this movie. The third one, which is not good, is on 4K. The first one and the second one are not. What sense does that make? When the third one came out on 4K, we should have got 4Ks for the first one and the second one. So James Wan, what are you doing? Lee Winnell, whoever's in charge, Warner Brothers, get this movie out in 4K. It will look beautiful in 4K. It looks good on Blu-ray, but it will look beautiful on 4K. And in 2023, it was its 10th anniversary. You could have put it out on 4K. You could have had Nun 2 movie tickets on there. You know how they do that in stores at Walmarts and all the places. You could have had the movie tickets on there and sold those. And it could have been a whole thing. The Conjuring 1 and 2 could have came out this year. But The Conjuring, we needed in 4K. It was its 10th anniversary, and I think it deserved it. All right, here we go. We're going to complain about Disney. They're not a lost cause. They kind of are. But I still have hope that maybe they'll do this movie on 4K because I think they'll recognize the greatness and the appeal of this movie and that it needs to come out on 4K. And if they don't do it, so they need to license it to somebody else. This is a Touchstone Pictures film. And honestly, there's two of them that came out this year. Tombstone as well, I could have talked about and brought up because that was celebrating its 30th anniversary. But I did not bring that one up here. This is a Touchstone Pictures film. It's a big action blockbuster, you know, destruction, disaster film from the 90s, celebrating its 25th anniversary in 2023, and that is Armageddon. We need Armageddon. We got Deep Impact on 4K in 2023, but we did not get Armageddon. And to me, it's like those two just go hand in hand. When I watch Deep Impact, I want to watch Armageddon. I loved both of those movies back when they came out. Both of them came out in 1998, but Armageddon would just light the world on fire. If this got announced for 4K, so many people would be excited for Armageddon to come out on 4K. I believe it got a Criterion DVD release, so I would love it if Criterion somehow brought it back and did a 4K release of Armageddon. But yeah, we need Armageddon. Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler, Owen Wilson, Michael Clark Duncan, Steve Buscemi. Such a great cast in this movie. I love this film. It's such a phenomenal 90s action adventure space destruction film. It's a bunch of different things in one, sci-fi if you want to call it that, but Armageddon is fantastic. It would look fantastic in 4K, and I want to see it. So there you go. There's me bitching about Disney, and even though I'd like to think we'll get it, we probably won't because it's Disney and they suck. All right, this is my last one. Then we're going to get the hell out of here. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Why did we not get Killer Clowns from Outer Space on 4K in 2023? A lot of people were speculating that Vinegar Syndrome was going to do it. It was celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. Would have been the perfect year. Arrow Video did a nice Blu-ray release back a few years ago, but I'm guessing at this point they've lost the rights because Arrow Video can no longer distribute or make new copies of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So I don't think Arrow still has the rights for Killer Clowns, even though they could get it back and do another special edition. But whether it's Vinegar Syndrome, whether it's Arrow Video, this movie is insanely popular right now. Again, you go to Spirit Halloween, Killer Clown stuff everywhere. Guns, popcorn guns, collectibles, all kinds of stuff. Clothes, blankets, everything Killer Clowns. It feels like this movie is at the height of its popularity. It would sell like crazy, like gangbusters, the kids would say. So why isn't anybody doing this? Kino Lorber, do it. If you got it, do it. You know, Kino Lorber could do it. I don't care, guys. Scream Factory could do it, but I know the fans of this movie, they want a nice, big, chunky box set. Maybe Vinegar Syndrome will shock the world and do it at the beginning of the year for Subscriber Week. Who knows? Maybe Arrow Video will announce it in their upcoming slates. Who knows? But we need Killer Clowns on 4K. That's another big one. That's another big missed opportunity for 2023. So with that, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video and allowing me to vent a little bit. I'm frustrated. These should have all came out on 4K in 2023. What do you think? Leave me your missed opportunities in the comment section below. Again, like, comment, subscribe, turn on bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, and we'll see you next time.